Alright, good morning everyone. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I'm going to try to get my conversation or my topic through. The last one didn't go the way I wanted, but it went the way it needed, so that's all that matters. Alright, so the best way I can say it is this. In the world, God, it's doing it again. Hold on, y'all. Give me a second. Lord. So y'all can feel the energy. Y'all, I'm gonna just say this. When I get on these videos, because my energy level's going up and I can feel the energy, y'all just bear with me for the beginning part. And I'm not gonna cut nothing out. You're gonna always get the authentic. I don't do editing, okay? If I gotta edit, then I don't need to post it. That's how I feel. I don't care. You hear my son in the background coughing or sneezing or whatever. You're gonna get it all. Alright, give me a sec, because I can feel a lot of energy running through. Okay, I can stay on topic. I can stay on topic, but based off of the energy level, decide how I'm gonna utilize my topic. So bear with me. You know that moment, like in Steve Urkel when he first was doing creating Stefan, and he poured the liquid in the little thing. He said, how he say it? Quiet, not something. I forgot how he does it, but you know that moment when he tell everybody be quiet while he's doing his thing. That's what I'm feeling right now. So y'all bear with me. Okay. All right. Okay. What you say? Quiet, not while I'm pouring. Yeah, something like that. All right. Give me a second. All right. Y'all, everybody good? Everybody good. Okay. It's not just y'all, it's spirits, other spirits. It's earth angels. They're all chimed into my energy. They can feel when I'm out, when I'm doing videos. So while I'm doing the video, they can feel my energy at that time. So they all chiming in. The ones that I approve of. I don't approve of all of them to receive certain information at different times. But the ones I approve of, they're getting downloads while I'm talking. So bear with me. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to just try to explain this the best way I can. So when y'all see me, right, and I'm talking, I know a lot of times, sometimes I get very vulgar when I talk. Like I'll be cursing and stuff. And then sometimes I get like very sexual talking and stuff. So I'm going to say this, and it's going to sound weird. I'm tired of cursing, but it's my personality at the same time, okay? I'm tired of it. It's like, it's getting on my nerve, but it's my personality. So this is how I'm going to try to break it down. Everyone in the world has a masculine side and a feminine side, okay? Masculine and feminine. And as we seen, when it comes to females, we've seen a lot of females that are feminine, like really girly looking on the outside, but when they talk, it sounds very masculine. And then you also have a lot of guys out here that looks very masculine, but when they open their mouth up, they sound feminine, okay? So you have to learn how to reintroduce yourself to yourself. So this is the thing. A lot of people like, man, women don't understand men and men don't understand women. You do. You just never gave yourself a chance to, okay? You are X and Y chromosome. We just gonna keep it to the basics of what y'all know. X and Y chromosome. You are part masculine and part feminine because you needed your mama and your daddy in order to create you. Okay, we're not gonna get super deep, but I'm gonna just keep it with the basics for now. Okay. So depending on how you was raised, you can dabble more in your masculine or feminine side. So for me, as a child, I was more in my masculine side. I was a tomboy, okay? Reason why and I'm not talking about spells and stuff. I'm not going to focus on that. I'm going to just say as a normal person, okay? I grew up with a bunch of boys or guys. So I had no choice but in order to play, if I did get a chance to play or communicate, I had to communicate in a masculine side. Because that's all I had around me. I didn't have feminine little girls around me as a child. So I dabbled in my masculine side. So I was more of a tomboy. I was the one that sit out there and play baseball or jump, on, what is it called, with the bikes, jump ramps and stuff like that. We had little BB guns, play with the BB guns, play basketball, football. I was always the evil one, as the Power Rangers. They always made me the evil one. But anyway, yeah, fight, roll, tussle, all of that, wrestling. I used to do all of that whenever I was able to hang out. A lot of times I was told I had to go back inside the house, and I had to stay by myself. So, but yeah, when I did, I was like the tomboy. Whenever we sit around each other and they talk about, like, the older we got, when the guys start talking about females and stuff, I didn't be like, I wasn't the type to jump up and walk away. I would listen. I'll listen to the conversations. I'll listen to what they say. And then I would sometimes ask questions to try to understand why this or why that. But not to a point where I was being like, worse about it. But I'll chime in once in a while. But majority of the time, I'll just listen. So that's why I understand guys a lot more than some females do. Now, there are a lot of females that do understand men because you are more in your masculine side. You understand how men think, how men operate. For me, because I was raised like that, when I finally got around a group of females, I felt uncomfortable. I always felt uncomfortable because I wasn't the type that sat back and worry about my hair and all this other stuff. I wasn't that type that stressed about my image or whatever. Like, I used to wear, just like I'm wearing right now, I wear all black all the time. For some odd reason, it was my go-to because I ain't had to figure out how to match anything up. Yeah, that's how crazy it was. I wear black, not because of the fact that it was slim and looking, but because I don't have to sit back and figure out, does this match with that? That's why, yeah, that's how my brain operate. But people thought it was gothic, or however they say it. Not gothic, but yeah, you know how it goes. Anyway, so when it came around females, it was hard for me to communicate. But I tried. I got teased a lot. But I try to communicate as much as possible. But when guys came around, I got picked on by the females because the guys could relate to me better than they could relate to them, because I didn't like to talk. I was a type of person that I didn't feel like I didn't have to prove myself to these people. I'll just sit there and listen and, jump in here and there. And that was a thing for me. So the older I got, I was around more guys. But see, back in the day, when you see a female with a bunch of guys, they didn't, when they was around me, they didn't look at it as you was like a hoe or something like that. I still had a feminine way, not provocative or nothing like that, but they didn't look at me like that because I didn't carry myself like that. So I could be in a room around a bunch of guys and they already knew that, okay, she's not like that. Because I don't put myself on people. So I always could communicate with guys. Now, when it came to females, I still have a problem with it. I'm going to tell y'all right now, I still have moments. I look like this and still have moments. I was sitting and looking at this girl group talking, and they said some stuff, and in my head, I'm like, I got to go. And I'm over here watching on my phone. I was like, I got to go. I can't do this. Sometimes when I listen to females and they just talk about their hair and their nails and all of that, I can't sit in a room and listen to that all day long. I cannot do it. You just talking about materialistic stuff. I cannot do it. I'm gonna tell you, I'm running. I'm out. Unless we trying to improve something. But if you just talking about your image and what your body look like compared to somebody else's body, I'm gonna be like in the church, put my finger up and walk out. Like, that's how I am. Just getting background about my personality. So it's crazy. I never was a type to curse. Like, I might throw a word out there, but I sound weird. But I just started getting into the cursing thing because of my purpose, okay? That's the only reason why. And I know y'all like, cursing is part of the purpose. Heck, yeah. I don't care to do it, but, sometimes it feels good doing it. But, I never was that type to talk like this. So I want y'all to know that when I was younger, I just started cursing literally a year ago. maybe 2 years ago. About 2 years ago, I finally just started cursing. As much as y'all hear me cursing and stuff. Now, the N word, now that was my forte. That was the thing. That was my curse word for everything. Okay? But other than that, nah, I wouldn't do it. I don't know. It just didn't feel right with me. Talking sexual. I never was the type of person that talked sexual in the open. Never. Even when I got older and on my own and I was in relationships, I wouldn't talk to people about my sexual encounters or whatever I do. Whatever I do in the bedroom was what I do in the bedroom. Ain't none of y'all business. You know, I was never that type of person. Even around guys, I was never that type that talked sexual around guys. I would listen to them talk about stuff, but I wouldn't put my 2 cents into it. You know, I just listen. But yeah, and even with females, when I hear females do it, I don't talk about my sexual stuff with females. Now, I'm talking about a lot of stuff now because I'm trying to educate on a lot of things. That's it. If this wasn't part of my purpose, best believe you wouldn't know nothing. Because that's how I am about a lot of stuff. There are certain things that I feel like you can have conversations with, depending on the people. And then certain things you need to keep in the home. Now, when it comes to like my personal life and stuff, do I want to tell y'all about it? Heck no. Ain't none of y'all got daggone business. However, my business is to provide the information to help people to understand how to hold on to their own business. Okay? But anyway, when it came to talking to other females and listening to them talking about it, like, it was hard for me to bring those things up. Because it's like, I don't need to know about how he really can do and this and that. I listen, but it's like, I ain't telling mine though. It's like, it was literally like that. Because I don't need to put those images in your head for you to be curious about it so you can go back. Now, after the fact, when it's all said and done and I'm done with this person and I ain't with them no more, I can probably say once in a blue moon, like, yeah, I understand, you could try this or you could try that. That's how I am. After I'm done, I don't want no parts of it. All of that's in the past. I don't care what you do after. If you want them, go right ahead. Because if you crazy enough to go towards them, that's your business. That's how my mind operate. If we together, you don't know nothing. You understand? I don't care how close we are. That ain't, my bedroom is not your visual. Okay? That's the type of personality I had. So what I'm trying to get at is this. I realized that when I dabble with other people, I can have moments where I have a masculine side. Then there are parts where I can be feminine when it comes to not providing certain information, not doing certain things. I'm still a nurturer. So when y'all listen to me, I wonder if y'all could tell when I'm tapped into my masculine side and when I'm tapped in my feminine side. Now, when it comes to like sexual conversations, sometimes I am tapped into my feminine and sometimes I'm tapped into my masculine. But it's like, can you tell when a person is talking from their masculine or feminine side? Like for me, y'all hear my voice, y'all hear how it sounds, right? But sometimes even when I sound like this, I can still be tapped into that masculine side. Can you tell when? If you can't, then that lets you know you have to start figuring you out. Figure you out. Because once you sit back and start understanding yourself, so as men, you need to understand the feminine side of you. Women, you need to understand the masculine side of you. So when you having a conversation with your significant other, or you're trying to date someone, you need to understand why they responding the way they are. Because it could be a conversation where they're responding from their masculine side or feminine side. And if you're thinking, oh, a man, all right, as ladies, when a man talk, if you're thinking that they're going to be all man talking the whole time, then guess what? Whenever y'all come into it, and vice versa, when y'all have a disagreement, y'all can't understand. You're going to have to know how to trade those traits out. So, when a man is sitting back and like talking about his tools and stuff and talking about he want to fix his car and you wonder why in the world he stay all day out here fixing this goddamn old tail car. Why he keep putting so much time into that and he ain't putting time into me? Because that's the only time he can feel feminine. Okay, we get it somewhere. That's the only time he can feel feminine. How the heck working on a car is feminine? Ask yourself, how many guys call their car a female name? Because they can take care of it. They nurture it. They support it. They listen to it. Ain't no different when the muffling or when the oil need to be changed. They change it, take care of it like a baby. That's the only time they can feel feminine. Because it look masculine while they're doing it, but they're actually being feminine. They're taking care of something. They're nurturing it. But y'all looking at it, oh, this y'all dirty and this and that. It's a dirty job trying to take care of a female. You ain't know that. Look at how much stress and pain men go through just to try to please a female. And then they can get on everything they want and they still looking for more. It's a dirty job. Ain't it? See, if y'all sit there and I'm gonna go to the I just scratched my goddamn. I'm gonna flip it, y'all. I'm gonna flip it. But think about it. Just look at how a man take his time with the vehicle. One, it don't talk back. And only time it talks back and communicate is when it asks a question. It listens to him. It communicates with him. It understands him. And even when it's tired, he know all I gotta do is put the hood down, and then guess what? It's gonna sit there right there with me. How many times y'all sit back and watch these men up with their drinks, their beers and stuff, and just sitting there by the car? How many y'all? Ain't no different than fishing. Same thing, fishing, same thing. What happens? He sit there by the water, Mother Earth, right? Just sit there. Listen to her while he listens to her while she communicates with him. But the water's peaceful. It flows. He throw the line out into the water and she accepts it. And he just relaxed there and listened to her. The vibrations help heal him. The energy of the water flowing down the stream relaxes him. Because now he finally can be able to speak. He can finally be able to allow his spirit to say exactly what's on his mind. And he'll sit there for hours breaking his heart down. Allowing his spirit to finally say everything that he can't say at home. And then what happens? She rewards him by allowing him to catch a fish. And then he gets excited like, thank you. And what he do? Pour his heart back out there again. And just let it flow. And don't get mad. Don't look at it the wrong way. Because sometimes he tell her some stuff that she don't like. Those are times he come home with no fish. Because he has to realize, you know what? I did some jacked up stuff. I was wrong. I did some stuff wrong. She's like, I can't reward you for that. The water like, I can't reward you for that. I can't give you because you didn't allow yourself to understand her. You out here, you crying, you putting all your stuff out, but at the same time, you didn't give yourself a chance to understand her back at home. You see how it feels to sit out here all day long, waiting for somebody to change, waiting for somebody to listen to you. And now I'm listening to you, and guess what? I can't even give you nothing for it. Because you were just hoping that I'm going to just give you something for nothing. Y'all get it? Y'all got it? Y'all understand it? Okay. See, men operate in a masculine, but they don't realize it. Y'all understand women more than you think. When y'all look at y'all vehicles, when y'all look at the fishing, when y'all cutting grass, think about cutting grass. Think of the grass like the hair on her head. You maintaining it, you making sure that it's cut neat. Think about the flowers and stuff that y'all going around weed eating. Picture that her face, the beauty of her. You trying to make sure you help clean her face. You making sure that you taking care of her. You understand? That's Mother Earth. Same way you going out to cut the grass and you sweating in tears, letting them know, I'm trying to make sure you straight. I'm taking care of you because I want this yard to look good. Because the yard look good, I look good. We gonna do it. Man, if I'm gonna get some fertilizer, I'm gonna get some stuff for you to make sure you taken care of. I'm gonna make sure I plant these flowers and stuff. Matter of fact, let me trim these hedges and all of these trees and stuff. I'm gonna make sure that whenever I look at you and people drive by, they see how much I maintain and make sure I take care of you. Right? Right. So don't sit back and ladies, don't sit back and think that men can't understand. They do. But if you notice in all of these things, they was quiet. They're quiet. See, in order for them to take what they operate on the outside to bring it on the inside, you got to be quiet. I ain't saying that you can't talk. Sometimes you just got to listen. The same way the water listen. The same time the way that car listen. The same way that grass listen. You have to listen. You have to allow yourself to allow them to be vulnerable enough for them to come in and notice your hair was changed. Notice that you put on new clothes or something, or notice that you got a new perfume. Sometimes you have to allow them to notice when you're sick, and maybe you might need some medicine, or you might need something, like you got a headache, and they can be able to give you something to make you feel better. Sometimes you have to allow them to be able to notice that, you know what? Maybe I need to go in there and cook her something to eat. Maybe prepare her something so she can sit back and enjoy her day and relax and prepare a meal for her. But if all you do is look at him as just this rough person or this person that doesn't care, then how can you be nurtured? Okay. Other way around. Let's see how we're going to flip this around. Listen. See, this is that part I told you when it comes to females. How can I do this? I'm trying to find a way that's more proper, because what's something that females do that can represent as a man? I'm trying to find something that everybody can kind of relate to. Okay. Cleaning the house. So, when cleaning the house, ladies, and well, guys, when a woman gets up every day and she makes up the bed, when she gets to clean up the room, when she's cleaning up the bathrooms, when she's cleaning the dishes and stuff, she understands that being a man is a dirty job. She understands you got to put a lot of work into it. And every day is a hassle. Every single day is hard to wake up being a man every single day, because you don't get a break. Same as females, okay? But you don't get a break. Every day you get up, and she up there has to make up the bed, and she has to clean up the room, pick up the clothes off the floor, wipe the toothpaste out of the sink. When y'all like to go and have y'all woosah time in the bathroom, have to come back and clean after that. You know, when she gotta go and all the dirty dishes in there, and she's cleaning out all the dirty dishes and stuff like that. Women understand that it's a tough job being a man, and it's a constant chore to have to be strong. Because think about it, that bed got to have to be strong. Every single day someone's getting in it. It has to stay sturdy. No different than the toilet. It has to be strong. to uphold the weight that is being put on it every single day, and taking in all this toxic information, all this hate they have to go through every single day they walk out. They get all of this negativity thrown on them every single day. And then there's no one there to wipe it. I mean, how can I say it? And sometimes they got to clean up the mess that got that gonna sell. When you sit back and you pay, when a man go and pay the bills, and they have to work in all these hours to pay the bills, no different than when you washing those dishes. You got to keep wiping the sweat off your face, and you got to keep wiping the dirt off your face, and you got to keep washing your hands, because every single day you got to go out. You got to act like you a new person every single day, knowing you tired. And everybody over here is trying to wipe your existence away of being that strong man. And a lot of times people don't appreciate you like that, because they keep putting you in the washer. They could keep putting you in the dishwasher and trying to tell you, nope, that ain't good enough. Go put that dirty dish in the dishwasher and let it wash. And then the next day you get up and say, no, this is who I am. And what they do, put you back in the dishwasher again and say, no, we're not going to accept that. You get back up again another day with the dirt on you and showing like, this is who I am. And no, what they do, put you back in the dishwasher and say, you ain't good enough. No different than with the dirty clothes. You see the clothes on the floor. No different than men. You got to throw your emotions to the side, because nobody don't want to hear that. Nobody don't want to hear that you're having a bad day. Nobody don't want to hear that you're going through it. Nobody don't want to hear that you feeling like you can't make it. Nobody don't want to feel like that. And all your emotions got to be thrown on the floor, and then they telling you to pick it up every single day, and then you got to wash it away, pretend like you ain't got even any emotions. And it's hard, because as soon as you come back out of the washing machine, then sometimes you realize there's still a mess there. And you got to go right back into it, because you thought that you can pretend that you can't. You thought that you can pretend like nothing ain't bothering you. You try to pretend like you're okay, and then you spaz out and you be forgetting like, no, I got to keep it together, because if I keep messing up, these people are going to try to get me locked up, and I can't afford to be locked up. So let me go back in the washing machine again. But then you get washed so many times to the point you forget, who am I? Who am I? How many times y'all have those shirts and those clothes that you forget that you even had them? You get lost. You get lost in the other pile. You get lost in other people's life. You get lost in the world. And every single time you be like, can somebody remember me? Please, somebody remember me. But then you had that stranger that come walking up to you that noticed, oh snap, I thought I saw that somewhere. Let me go pick this up. And then when you finally put it on, you realize it doesn't fit the same anymore. Why does it fit the same? Because you changed. How the heck did I change? This used to be my favorite shirt. What the heck? It ain't the same no more. You know why? Because you noticed that the colors got faded. So ladies, when y'all cleaning up and you taking care of the home, y'all understand men more than you realize. Every day, it's a hard task to get up every day to be a man in this world. And someone got to tell you what you are and who you not and all of this stuff. But you got to still stay strong, just like the frame of that bed. You still got to stay strong, just like that toilet that you got to sit on. You still got to stay strong, just like that dish that you wash every single day. And you have to pray and hope that when you are thrown in the washer, that you come back with the same color that you was the day before. On that note, if y'all haven't understand, I don't know what to tell you. But on that note, y'all have a blessed day.